Hello everybody, Dead Spikes here, and today I'm making a video playing Minecraft Dungeons. Now mind you, I haven't played this game since September of 2020 was the last video I uploaded, and it was also the last time I played this game. So I'm quite out of the loop, but hopefully we can check out and catch up and learn everything we need to. So instead of starting out on my level 514 character I left with, I decided I'm going to be doing a different route to make this game a little bit more challenging and a little bit more fun while I'm getting back into it. So I'm going to be doing a challenge where I'm going to start a new character, and every mission I do, I am going to be putting on to the hardest difficulty possible. So if you click onto an area, let's go back to the mainland here, you can see that there are difficulties, right, that you can pick. Well, you could go up to a very high difficulty depending on your current gear score and power, and you're very underleveled when you do that. I've never really attempted to do a playthrough while only playing on max, so I figured I'm gonna have some fun and do that.
I like to have fun.
So every time I'm going to click a mission on this playthrough, I absolutely have to play it on the maximum difficulty. So we went to Squid Coast, which is the tutorial area, and you know, there's no difficulty there, so there was nothing there. It really just brought me back into the movement and the play style of the game, which helped out a lot. And our first area we're gonna have to jump into is Creeper Woods. Now the max difficulty I was able to choose at this time was default 3, and it's recommended power 10, while I am only at 1. Going through these first few mobs of this dungeon, I didn't think this was gonna be so bad. I didn't feel very underleveled at this point in time. I'm just slashing through mobs like I'm normal level, to be honest. I can't believe that this was the highest difficulty I could pick, because it didn't really feel a whole lot different than the tutorial. Sure, they had a little bit more health, but with a sword you could slash them away and they really didn't deal much damage to you. Just slashing through a few more mobs, I realized I leveled up and I had some enchantment points, so we're gonna check out enchanting our sword to hopefully help us through this first area. After figuring out the buttons, I learned there's new enchantments, because I do not remember this one at all. Pain Cycle, it looks pretty awesome. Drains your life 1 stack at a time, and at 5 stacks you deal a lot of extra damage. I didn't use it at this point in time because I'm not really trying to hurt myself, but it does look like something we will check out later on. So now we're coming up to on our first kind of scary part of the game. It's where we go and get Creeper Crypt unlocked. And after you grab the map, you get ambushed by a lot of zombies. Luckily, it was only zombies at this point, so there wasn't a whole lot I had to do here. I just kind of had to train all the enemies to keep them away from me. I did feel a little bit cornered there with all those armored guys and my health potions on cooldown, but I just played it slow and used the enormous amount of arrows that I had. After circling a few more times, you'll see we able just to take them all out. Luckily, there's some form of a stun mechanic when you are slashing enemies to stop them from hitting you when they are very tanky like they are right here. And they got stuck on the middle piece, which was pretty great, so I could just abuse my arrows on them and didn't have to worry about it. Fireworks is still really crazy in this game, absolutely. Get our first chest here, and we got an axe. So let's throw this on. Salvage our sword here, get our enchantment back, and we realize there's a really good enchantment that we can get. Sharpness. Rampaging looked okay, but the 10% chance kind of turned me off, so I decided to go with sharpness. We got to try out our axe on the rest of the enemies in this little cave that we had, and it's pretty cool how the axe works. It has this nice spin AoE move, so we can hit all the targets around us. And it looks like it's going to be a little bit better than the sword, rather than just getting the one swipe in front of us. So let's try it out on a few more mobs in this dungeon here. It also seems to be doing a lot of extra damage.
Oh, that's a lot of damage!
You can see that armored enemy went down pretty quickly. I think that sharpness did help out a little bit there. I am feeling a little bit more powerful now, which is great. Oh, there is another level up. After murdering lots of sheep and cow, we found a little secret cave in Creeper Woods. We're gonna have to go take a peek inside and see what's going on in there. Maybe there is some amazing loot. Again, I haven't been in this game for 2 years, so I really don't remember all these little things. Like this little cave here. So we go in, we see there's a trap door already. We know that something's about to happen. We're not sure what, and it becomes our first encounter with creepers. I didn't think they were going to be too bad until I got a little bit overwhelmed here, and I died for my first time. Creepers do a lot of damage, and if you do not like 1 to 2 shot them, they definitely can gang up on you like they did there. I got my first set of armor, which is pretty sweet. checked out this new axe that I got, salvaged the axe, then let's check out what we got on this armor. Frenzied and Cowardice. Now, if you remember me, I absolutely loved Cowardice back in the day, and it looks like it's still as good as it used to be, so I'm definitely going to be taking that one with me. Now we're taking a peek at our bow. We got Poison Cloud, and I'm definitely buying that. I didn't even need to look at the other one. Poison Cloud's great because it does an AoE, and it will also slow down the targets that are coming at you. After traveling through that locked door, we're going a little bit around, and we find a villager who is trapped. And this is a special villager because it happens to be the village merchant that we can buy stuff from at our little town settlement area. We started to encounter skeletons, which were a little scary until I realized that I have a bow and, you know, you could just range them out and not have to worry about them, which is great. And we just basically axe the zombies, bow the skeletons, and just kept continuing through Creeper Woods. So far, so good. Still feeling pretty strong about this, even though we unfortunately had our first death. Even though this place is called Creeper Woods, I just felt like I kept fighting more zombies and more zombies and more zombies. I didn't feel like it was too much longer before these zombies start screaming at me to fetch me their souls. After lots of fighting, it was nice to see a nice little peaceful bridge that we're gonna cross. And what's on the other side? Oh god, more zombies. Of course. Just never ending. And we found a new piece of armor, which we could see the green arrow on, which means it's better. So that's quite interesting. We look and we see 7 power. But unfortunately, neither of the perks I want, so I'm gonna stay with my 1 power armor over this 7 armor. After continuing into this woods a little bit further, we started seeing different colored enemies for once. It's great. More creepers. Woo! And we finally encounter spiders for our first time. And realize how annoying they really are. They will try to stick you with their web, which just sticks you in place and you can't move. You can see that poison shot doing work there. It stopped the creepers from coming closer to me. And I learned how to actually fight creepers. Whoa, we have a ranged weapon. We can stop them from blowing up on us. We go up a little bit further here. See a nice little well and a house. Let's go check out what's in the house. Ooh, supplies. Bread and arrows. That's what we needed to continue our day. And lots of emeralds. Go down here and we see a little group of spiders. So let's go check it out. And keep continuing on. And shoot the wall with an arrow, of course, because we are a marksman. These spiders will never get us with their web. The way the bow works in this game is the longer you hold it, the more damage it does, up to a certain degree. I think I was holding it a little bit too long here, but, you know, never hurts. After a while, I did learn that it's just one shot with the arrow to kill these spiders, so holding it didn't matter. As you can see in this spider cave with lots of spiders, I learned I could just spam my arrows and one-shot them, which made it pretty trivial. Lots of extra emeralds here we can use to buy stuff later on. I also must say the map function of this game is amazing. It helps out so much. How clear it is and easy it is. We got an ambush of spiders here. We just shoot through them. We got a pig with a chest, and we're able to just spam kill him and get another armor. That's better at 7 power, but still has no perks that we want. I think it's going to be hard to drop the Cowardice for armor, but we'll see what we could do. A little bit further ahead, we start encountering illagers for our first time. And we're saving a lot of the villagers that are trapped by these guys. We also see an enchanter for our first time who's going to start enchanting these guys, and I didn't realize how crazy they really got at this point, but I knew they were strong, so I could try to just lead them away a little bit one by one. You can see how tanky they are after a firework there. A firework would have probably triple killed Illager easily with normal health, but that enchanter buff gives them a lot. So just keep pulling them away from that enchanter so they can't be buffed. And it makes them pretty easy to kill. If there were skeletons, it probably would have been a little bit more annoying because I don't know if they would have moved to me like they did here. And again, the armored enemies really aren't that much of a problem right now because after a few hits, they just get stunned and I can clean them up. Again, this area didn't feel too hard. Not nearly as much as getting ambushed by creepers earlier on. I thought I was going to pull some 1000 IQ plays here when I remembered, oh, hey, the secret rune's over here to unlock the cow dungeon later on. And it dropped down, which really confused me for a while. But then I remembered that you need to start the quest before you can actually get the runes. So it was kind of just a waste of time, unfortunately. Getting towards the end of the dungeon here, we're just fighting through the last few mobs. Skeletons were getting pretty annoying with their arrows. There tends to be a lot at this last few parts. That Illager hit me for a decent amount of damage there. And we see a shiny over here on the right. Ooh, we got a new sword. Let's take a look at it. Again, I feel like I'm brand new at this game again, so I have to read through all of these perks. And none of these really caught my attention compared to the sharpness I already have on my axe. So now we come to the final hurrah of Creeper Woods. Escape Creeper Woods, and of course there's an ambush of all the enemies we gotta learn about today. For the first dungeon's exit, it was still a little scary. I had to play it a little bit slower than what I was expecting. They do still hit pretty hard, but just with a little bit of trial and error and taking her slow, we were able to go through at decent speed. After this, we get ambushed by some skeletons. Armored skeletons, of course, and some creepers, which luckily can kill the other enemies if we use them right. Fireworks is still crazy, so we just AoE kill all the enemies. I don't like leaving anything alive, so let's just get to that exit. And we finished the dungeon. Victory! Woo! Creeper Woods finished. Go back to camp and we get to see our score and such. Not too worried about it. What I am worried about is what's in this chest. Da da da! Deathcat Mushroom at 11 power is pretty good. I love this artifact. What it's going to do for us is it makes it so it increases your attack speed and movement speed for a little while, which is going to help us in future dungeons.